Home Minute. Uh, I've known about this guy when we were both young. That's how long ago it's been. I'm talking about Waco's own Hustler Reed. Man, what's up, brother? Thank you for doing this, man.
What's up
You
with
know,
you, all right?
I've got a bunch of stories that I've heard about you, but the first time I known about you, and I moved in from a little old town, Marlin, Texas. I come up here and now so I was a songwriter and all that stuff. Horrible singer, but I'm a songwriter, so I went to go do a demo of my songs at DRS Studios.
DRS.
And then I looked up on top of that door where you walk into the main room, and I was like, who is that? It just stood out. Because one thing, the artwork alone, you're already ahead of the game. You know. And I saw that, it's like, who is that? Because you told the whole story with the one picture.
Yeah.
And he said, that's Hustler E. Instead of Waco Kane, it's like, that's badass. It was just without even hearing what it was, but it was badass. Ahead of the game. That's how long ago it's been.
Yeah.
You remember them days at DRS, brother?
Man, I can remember them days. A whole lot of long nights, long days, just putting in work.
How old were you at when? Because I've known you before DRS. I know I know the 254 money. What's it? No, 254 street bosses.
Yeah.
So was that before DRS? Before the Waco came for sure, right?
That was before the street boss was before DRS.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, we're not right now. We're talking about DRS. How old were you at that time?
Man, I probably was about 30, 31, no telling, man. I was in my early 30s.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. So you already, was that your idea to do just to run solo at that time? Because that's what you started doing at that time. That was your first solo game, right?
No, I started like my first tape drop maybe like what 90, 91. I had a group. It was me and an artist named Capone. He was big in the Spanish market.
Man, pick this up, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Already. Yeah, it was me and Capone, and he was a big Spanish artist, and me and him and one of my other partners from the islands, we put out our first tape. That's like 91, and and I went from there. Then I was with another group. It was Little Mob City, and we really had Waco on lock. That's early 90s,
Yes.
We had Waco on lock. Then I dropped my solo after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I've heard your stories. Like, man, you've been in the game for like a whole minute. So whenever because I know a little bit about your story prior to rap, but as far as in the beginning of the rap game, you're a teenager, right?
Yeah, like we already had like it was breakdancing at the time. Like
Oh yes.
I'm from back in the day,
Me too, brother. Yes.
Yeah, when
Hey, I couldn't break, but I could pop and lock.
already.
And I got this big old stomach that back in the day I didn't have it. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was breakdancing at first. And like in my neighborhood where I'm from, Parkside Village, you know what I'm saying? It was always breakdancers. Then it was always, then it went from breakdancing to rap.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
So, cause I remember that's where Ice-T. Remember he was on Beach Street.
Yeah,
when he was rapping.
Yeah, that motivated and
for
stuff
sure,
like that.
For sure. So were you doing any of that? Any of the break dancing, popping?
Now all my little partners was, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was too cool back there to be
I
doing
got
break
you.
dancing.
I got you.
But I always supported my partners. We went to the skating ring. Skating ring was big in Waco. This like the 80s,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, skating ring was big.
Where was the skating rink still by the bank, or was it?
Yeah,
was
that
it
same
another
one
place?
right
Same
there.
one.
Yeah.
I never knew how to do that. I grew up on gravel roads. We didn't know how to have wheels on our feet, but
Yeah.
that's what's up. So I was talking to you earlier.
Yeah.
I said, that we have a little bit in common. One thing, I've always I even told our good friend Pookie, is like, I was a natural born hustler. I always have been.
Yeah.
Another thing is I've always, music hit me hard. When it hit me hard like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
But so did sports.
Yeah.
Back in the day, living in a small town, that was before even I knew how to play guitar or whatever. My dreams were always, or everything was all in the sports, because maybe like kids in the hood here in the city, that was their escape. That was our escape from the country.
Yeah.
Sports.
Sports.
Either that, or you're gonna be working hard behind the tractor. You know
real.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that was what we did. But same thing. I've seen some interviews with you where you said that was what hustlery was about back in them days.
Yeah. when I like first got popular in Waco, it was all about sports. You know, we played, start off in Pop Warner, we played for the Elks, and we was like undefeated, like, so we always was winning, and we didn't want to do nothing but win. Then from there we went to Tennyson, and we was undefeated for 3 years in Tennyson. We made New York Times.
Really? That is crazy.
Yeah.
Lewis, on channel 3 and 4, back it down a little hair on the blue knob on top. Thank you, brother. So, man, that's crazy. You already making waves back then.
Yeah. Then we went to high school, Jefferson Moore. I made Super Syntax, all district. You know,
But what position we talking?
we talking basketball and football.
Both together.
Yeah, football. It was at Tennyson. We was undefeated. I was wing
Forward,
back, cornerback.
Okay, oh, so yes, you had a little bit of speed on you.
Yeah, I know. I'm mostly hitting. You know, I was.
Okay.
I love hitting. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up too.
Yeah.
And you said in basketball was when?
Basketball was I say my 9th grade year, because you know, before then I was sitting on the bench because I always was hot side and joking. I never took it serious, you know. Then I got serious about like the 9th grade. Then from there, you know.
What was it that clip that said, you know what, this I got to focus, or you know, to do anything I got to focus. What was that?
It was just really just practicing. I just like, it was a gym next to our neighborhood. It's called a Dewey. So I stayed in the back of the Dewey. Before the Dewey was built, it was just chain chain rims with chain nets, and you know, we played back there, and we were just in a contest. Waco was a sports place, you know. It was all about sports in Waco. If you weren't playing sports,
was right there too.
Baylor,
MCC
TSTC.
Well, Baylor wasn't really rocking like that.
Yeah, no,
but
they was
MCC and Paul Graham were rocking.
Yeah,
you know, for sure. Tell me this. Well, answer me this. I guess. Just like you know, sports. You know, it's very competitive. But like where I'm from, and you know, we went to Marlin. But at first I lived out there in the country.
Yeah.
So we moved into town to Marlin. But before that, I'd go to Marlin, and the competition in the streets there, that way surpassed the competition in football fields or on basketball courts. Because those guys on the streets, those guys were like they were already ahead of the game. And what it was, a lot of them, maybe back in those days, if you didn't pass, you couldn't play.
Couldn't play.
Remember them days like that?
I remember when it first came out.
Oh, man, so did I, because I was right there. Was like, well, I didn't make the rest of the semester. But, you know, I had to kick it up. But anyway, I noticed, you know, there was we had a blacktop where they played basketball on Sundays.
Yeah.
I never played there unless everybody was tired, because that's what the competition was.
Yeah.
Or even playing baseball. We had side hustles playing ball. That you know, is it the streets? I think that was the best competition. And learning your sports.
Street ball.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know, street ball, because you playing with older guys. You know, we played with dudes from Baylor.
Ain't no fouls?
No. Park, you gotta be, you know, you gotta talk it, you gotta walk it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing. Talking shit.
That's it.
Dude, let me tell you, I mean, it was natural for me, and then whenever I come to Waco, I was like, you know, like, you talking shit, but it's like, well, where I was from out, you know, in the small town, in the streets, that was just part of the game.
Oh, yeah.
You got to play good, but you got to know how to talk it too.
You got to be able to talk.
You got to know how to talk it too, you know, and you got to take it too. Sometimes people don't, but you know,
competition.
That's what's up. So anyway, you played. Where were you at in high school?
High school, I went to Jefferson Moore. You know what I'm saying? We call it J-Mo.
That's before it turned into Waco.
We consolidated. I graduated from the first consolidated class in Waco. That was 1987.
Okay.
So y'all know I'm throwback. The Lions.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
How was sports back then in Waco High? Because Waco High was known for playing some football.
Yeah, it was all no football. Waco always had football. You know, and Waco, they never could win state. You know what I'm saying? They would always play all region, semi, and they just couldn't win. Get to the state.
Was Temple your biggest rival? Who was your biggest rival?
Yeah, when we came 5A, you had Temple, you had Killeen. Killeen was always good. Ellison and the Kangaroos.
Okay,
back then it was Ellison and the Kangaroos.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that, of course, you know they're always gonna come hard because their daddies are soldiers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They from all over the country too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so you went from there to playing MCC, which is
I went
man,
to yeah.
that's a difficult task, dude. For
Yeah,
real, it is
yeah.
to play college ball at any level.
Yeah, I
Man,
got a
it's
few
hard.
visits. I got a few visits. I went to visit a couple of colleges. Then I ended up going to MCC, and like, I felt like I was dominating there, and they tried to red shirt me, and I didn't know what a red shirt was.
Right.
I ain't want to ask nobody, and
Right.
I didn't even curl them. But if
Right.
I would have knew, I would have took the red shirt.
Yeah, I hear
But
you.
I ended up transferring to TSDC, and I ain't even like after that sports wasn't even like I just got my degree at TSDC.
That was badass.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. Dude, you got that degree. You had in sports. I mean, you were just excelling,
Yeah.
excelling. Especially in the streets, excelling to doing all that. I
Yeah.
mean, and that's just before you even started rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Full rap.
Huge. Those are big accomplishments. You know,
Yeah.
especially the whole playing at MCC. Yeah, I know it's community college, but let me tell you, it ain't easy.
No, MCC. I mean, junior college in Texas. This is where the best basketball players at. You
For
had people
sure.
like Sean Kemp. You had a lot of basketball players. Larry Johnson.
Baseball too.
Yeah. I mean, junior colleges. That's a good place for you to go to just to get your game back
For
up.
sure. But how
Yeah.
about right now? I mean, a few years ago, one of my old professors, he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Kenny Frazier, one of the greatest guitar players. He played for Elvis. Was one of my teachers, MCC. He had this badass book that I loved, his music book.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to go pick it up. That place that I went to that college at MCC, it ain't there no more.
Yeah.
I can't believe what I saw. It's just like it just swallowed up that whole MCC that me and you went to. Isn't that crazy, man? Now it's like it's legit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can graduate from Tarleton right here at MCC. That's a pretty big deal. You know, the fact that that they have it to where like my niece had kids and all that, and she was in her 40s and she graduated from Tarleton through MCC because they worked with her and all that. So I think that's kick ass. But
Education, man. That's more important than anything.
that is key.
You know.
That is key, brother. I had my education and I went to study music. I got what I wanted, got my studio and all that stuff. But in hindsight, I should have studied something like business.
Yeah.
I didn't though. I played it by ear.
Yeah.
I played it by ear like a natural hustlers do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how it go.
It is what it is. So so now you're at TSTC. You got your degree now.
Yeah.
So-
I got my degree.
So was rapping something you were gonna do, or you rapping before TSTC?
Soon I graduated from TSDC, I moved straight to California. I went to the Bay Area.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So why?
Like I didn't want to get really stuck in Waco. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, I'm gonna represent Waco anywhere I go.
For sure.
But I wanted to go see, besides, 'cause I was stuck in apartment complexes for just years.
Yes.
So I always dreamed big as a kid. So I jumped on the plane first time on the plane, and went out there with one of my homeboys, stayed with him for a while, and got a lot of game, seen a lot of things, and from there, that's when I went to the military.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, but before you, the military was like you're in Cali, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was like even rap even anywhere in your mind at that time or no?
No, we always was into music, because it was R&B before it was rap.
For sure, got you.
So we was dealing with R&B
And rock too back then.
rock.
Rock too.
A lot of bands from overseas, London. I mean, we was into everything because it wasn't that much rap.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we was more into R&B, blues. As little kids, we singing grown folk songs.
Yes.
I
remember
I'm
that.
from that era. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when like I said, this is Marlin. At that time, we had 5% Mexican. I think maybe 10, 15 whites, and the rest were black people.
Yeah.
So I remember when this friend of mine named Bobby was sitting to me in class singing some Bon Jovi because there wasn't that much rap back then.
Yeah. I mean, that's all that came on TV. Like you look
That's
at,
what it was.
It was a show called Night Tracks used to come on, and they would show us music. You remember
man.
Night Tracks?
Yes.
And they would show us
Golly.
music from all over the world.
Everything. Yes.
We seen videos for the first time on,
For
and
sure.
it blew our mind. It didn't matter who was singing it.
And that's why Run DMC hit so hard the way it did. One, they had the skills.
Yeah.
Another one, there wasn't a lot of rappers. There was like like Roxanne,
Yeah.
other, back in those days, or UTFO.
Grandmaster
Yeah, for
Flash.
sure.
Yeah.
But when Run DMC came out, just like you said a while ago, marketing. That marketing was perfect.
Yeah.
Streets rocking the Adidas shoes were already
Merchandise.
Yeah, shoes were already a big deal because I'm a shoe head myself.
Yeah.
They blasted them Adidas with the big fat shoestrings or no shoestrings.
Yeah. We won.
Yeah, and they rocked it with rock music.
Yeah.
So the white folks liked it now.
Yeah.
It's like what's going, and they hit so hard.
Yeah.
And that's crazy how the rap game changed so much, but still. You can still listen to Run DMC right now, and it's still hitting just as good.
We grew up on it.
Only thing is, it sounds better because we got better speakers audio-wise.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you said you leave Cali and you go to the Army.
I go straight to the Army. Not like, really, I'm leaving Waco because crack had hit Waco hard.
Oh, man. Yes, hit the world hard, but hit Waco hard.
It hit Waco hard because, like, the sports, everybody was playing sports, like all the Super Syntex guys, everybody was selling drugs now.
Dude, Waco at one time was one of the top murder places.
Yeah, 93 was number one at one time.
Wow.
93, 94, and that was the era that was like after I came back from the Army.
Wow.
That was a whole different thing right there.
So, with the, because you went during Desert Storm.
Thank
you for your service, for sure, brother.
Oh, really?
And my brother-in-law too. He served in Desert Storm too.
Uh-huh.
And I've told him many times, thank you for his service. But you come in from Desert Storm to hearing gunshots all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it was going on before I left. Like, before I left, that was one of the reasons. Like, I'm seeing guys that we looked up to, they smoking crack now.
Got you.
Or they selling it. Or the females that was like prom queens, everybody, they smoking dope.
That's what's
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know those stories.
It took Waco by storm because Waco was more like players and you had a lot of hustlers, but you wouldn't see no drug addict laying around nowhere or running around. You know what I'm saying? I come from an area where there wasn't no crack, so if you was the man and you was raw, you had to be there before crack came.
Gotcha.
But when you seen crack come, you seen guys may have never had a woman or never had none. When crack came, it just did something to it. It impacted me a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't want to get too much in detail, but man, it affected some of my close loved ones.
Yeah.
But from people you never ever thought they would ever fucking would have been like that.
Yeah.
But thank God, because God is real.
Yeah.
That he ain't like that today. He's a survivor like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But but still, a lot of people didn't survive.
It destroyed my community. It destroyed Waco. Waco was a sports town, players, pimps. College town. And when crack hit, it just, took it by storm.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was and everybody was a dealer.
Yeah.
And it was just right in front of your face, just people standing right there in the corner. Cops seeing that shit, they can't do nothing.
The police didn't even know what it was when it first came.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
We talking about like 85 now, 85, 86. That's when you start seeing it and you didn't know what it was really.
Yeah, I remember I had some guy, I don't know if they offered me some or showed it to me. And I didn't know what the hell that was, but I already knew. It's like, you know what? I'm good.
You like, what is this?
Yeah. Like I said, I came from a small ass town, And I knew, that ain't me.
Yeah.
So I'm a Corona man.
Oh, really?
Where's my Corona at?
Oh, really?
I got some right here. Thank you, brother.
When I went to California, I just seen the crack in Waco. So when I get to California, it's crack there. So when I get there, so I'm like, everywhere I go is crack. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So during all that and finding some kind of escape, you found music.
Music,
Was it an escape, an immediate escape? Was it like maybe that's?
It took me out the streets where I ain't have to be in the streets like constantly, all day, every day. Because it was a time when I was in the streets just every day. While I still was in the military, I was in the streets.
I got you.
You know
I understand.
So I was from Killeen to Waco, and that's how it was.
No, I understand. And like I said, we had so much in common. I was a deacon's son, but I was in the streets.
Yeah.
And it's just where it was, just the way it was.
Them the worst ones.
And it's small town streets, people go, it's small town. Let me tell you, small town streets, some of it's dangerous too.
Yeah.
Everybody has thing. But like I said, the grace of God, my parents prayed for me. You know,
A lot of prayers.
yeah, you know, I've gotten shot at, all that bullshit like that.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
And I remember one time the dude shot at me. It must have been some bullshit ass gun because it didn't go through that door.
Yeah.
But it was right there where it would have hit me.
Yeah.
God was right there with me,
Yeah.
probably holding the other side of that bullet.
When your time.
Yeah, you know, and that, you know, like I said, I'm no perfect person, but I do believe in God. How about yourself, brother?
Yeah, I believe God right here with you. You know, He right
He
in you.
is.
You know, I believe that in my heart. You know, He got to be in you before you can even be looking for Him. You got to know He in you right here.
For sure.
Yeah.
Where did that first come to where you like you got it about God? Like where you like
You know, I always was searching for God. You know, I was a kid, like how Abraham's story was. You know, he thought the sun was God at first. That wasn't God.
you didn't know?
He thought the shadow was God. He didn't
Right.
know. You know what I'm saying? But so I was searching for God, and I was going. You know, my family is a Christian family. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
they was taking me to church, and I was a bad kid. I wouldn't really want to listen, none of that. So I had to be able to get older. And some of my homeboys from the hood, we had a church right by our neighborhood, and we used to go up in there ourselves and just really listen, and try to get it. You know, and just by reading, then you know, about me going to the military, I'm meeting different people all over the world. So I got to reading a lot of different books, and you know, I believe in, you know, I had to search for them, and I found them within me. So right now I study like 5% lessons. You know, I've been studying that for
Wow,
years.
brother, you
know what I'm
inspire me
saying?
because I don't and I should.
Yeah.
And I play in church. I play in church band.
Yeah.
I'm in the worship, you know, the worship band, you know. But I pray as much as I can.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, not bragging. It's just what I do. First thing in the morning to pray.
Yeah.
I make sure before I go to sleep, I pray. I talk to the man, and whatever. If I can squeeze something in there in between, I will.
Yeah.
But I do admit I'm behind on
Yeah.
scripture and all that, and it's essential. I'm just being lazy or selfish or something, you know. But like I said, I'm not a perfect person, but I do believe in God for sure.
Yeah. You got as long as you're aware, you good.
How about Kate? So you were getting into music. Was it with your homeboys, or was it just you
Yeah.
by yourself at the crib?
No, it was like I had a guy from South Carolina when I was in the military, and he heard me rap. I was just rapping someone else's song. He was just like, "Man, you got a voice, man. You need to rap." He already rapped. He was a guy that really gave me a lot of lessons too, like for the knowledge.
You do, brother. I'm not trying to cut you off, but you do. You just got that voice, and it's not. It's similar, but it doesn't sound like. But you know, I mean, he's not the best rapper, but when I hear Dr. Dre, it's like, bam, that voice just.
Yeah.
I like that voice.
Yes.
And you do have that voice. You could have been a DJ, like or on the radio DJ. You know, you could have been, brother. I'm old school. Now they call what do they call personalities or what do they call them?
Yeah.
Radio hosts.
Yeah,
whatever.
radio personality.
Yeah, but anyway, brother. So your homeboy said you got the voice.
So once I did that, you know, my partners, they was already doing music. Some guys from my neighborhood, A1 Escobar, Lil Freddie, and a guy named Lil Tony. They had a CD out, and I was in Killeen, the military, and I had seen their posters in the store. And once I seen they posters in the store, I'm like, man, these are my partners, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm letting everybody know, you know, these are my partners. They got a
Yes.
tape out.
Badass.
So, you know, that kind of like, that motivated me right there.
For sure.
So
Seen somebody doing it, you know.
And these dudes is from my hood, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I'm going to try this, you know what I'm talking about?
How were they doing their beats?
We was sampling, we was doing our own beats, you know.
Just off of old beat machine.
SP12s back then, it was like SP12. Then we had a producer in Waco named Luther. Everybody went to him, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
Luther.
remember Luther.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How about did you know what the 808 was back then?
Yeah, we knew it, but we used it, but we didn't use it as deep as like how like Miami would use it back then, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the 808 came like I say Miami and all them, they was on it before like Texas music.
Really? I never
Yeah.
knew that. I always thought Texas had that.
We had the bottom, but
Right.
Miami had that 808 just for to rip your trunk up.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that, brother.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
So whenever you were doing yours, same thing off the old beat machine. What DAW were you using? Were you using Pro Tools or?
It wasn't no Pro Tools. It was like what SP12. You couldn't like Pro Tools. You can mess up right now and plug in and all
Oh,
that. You couldn't
yeah.
do that back when I was coming up. You
It
got to
was
wrap
what
that.
it was.
You got to wrap that whole thing through there, man, or start over.
Where was that one done at?
My first music was done in Killeen. Then I came down here and I started. I got with a group, Lil Mob City. We put Lil Mob City down in Waco.
Who was in there?
It was me, A1 Escobar 2020. We had Cherokee Mac. We called him the Indian. We got C-Raw, BL. We had a big old crew as our neighborhood, and we just supporting, you know.
Any of them still doing it, or any of them,
They're not really doing it now. They chilling.
I mean, it is what it is. Like I said,
Yeah,
we're OGs.
yeah. But it's still in them, though.
We're a rare breed because we still doing it.
Yeah, because you gotta love it too.
You gotta love it.
You know, it's for the money, but you gotta love it too.
Yes.
You know?
So, how about after that? We were talking about the 254 Street Boss.
254 Street Bosses. That was one of my groups. I had a deal with Southwest Wholesale, and once I learned the game, I learned the game by doing. I always had my own label, so I always had distributors though all over the country.
Which was it wasn't not Texas Money. It was Hustler Records.
Yeah, On My Hustle.
Okay, is that what it was?
Yeah,
Okay,
On My Hustle
Hustle.
record,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what's so. How'd you know to even do that back then?
You just know you put in your brain first. Then once you do it, you just make the move.
So you were thinking, why once you get this? Because back then it was all about distribution.
See, the first when I was when Lil Mob City was a group, we had a deal with E40 Uncle called St. Charles Solar Music Group.
And how'd y'all wind up meeting him? Just sending them CDs?
Nah, we would read CDs. Like we'll go to Floyd's.
Yes.
In East Waco, we'll buy CDs and look on the back of it and see who putting these people's CDs in these stores.
This is before YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff.
Nah, ain't no YouTube.
Right.
Wasn't none of that.
Ain't no Facebook.
You gotta put your feet on concrete,
you
man.
ain't lying.
Yeah. So
It's back in them days. You couldn't share it. Back in them days, you had a paper and you had a stapler.
yeah, you had to do all that.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, brother.
Yeah.
So you said you got that deal.
Yeah, we had to deal with E40 Uncle. I used to call him like every other day. I'm just learning the game. He just teaching me. He teaching me. So I dropped my CD. Once Lil Mob City was over, I dropped my solo. It was called Mama Raised the Hustler.
Right.
So when I dropped that, I turned.
That's a great title, by the way.
I dropped into a distributor called Big T. It was in Dallas now, but the same guy that ran that distributor, he ran Southwest Wholesale in Houston.
Right.
But I was just sending my CDs up there. I wasn't even tripping on no money or nothing because I was in the streets. I was running around.
That was your Facebook and Instagram back in them days. Just getting some eyes on it.
Yeah, getting all my partners. We just passed flyers and posters around.
Yes.
But I had forgot all about him. Like I was just so busy doing other things, I forgot all about him. So when he moved to Southwest in Houston, that was the best thing happened for Texas when he was in Southwest because that's when you seen everybody from Switch House to the Screws to the Keys. Everybody went through Southwest Wholesale.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? From Cash Money to Master P. It was good times. It was right here in our face.
Wow, that's great because Master P is right on the other side of Texas.
Yeah.
Right there in Louisiana.
Yeah. But that was a big he was handing out real money,
Did you ever know Screw or anything in those guys back then?
The guy I ran my label with back then, he used to go deal with Screw them. Like at first I didn't really like get into the music at first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on Screw when it first came out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I still was hooked onto the Bay Area, the
For
mob
sure.
sound.
I got you.
And a UGK sound. But once I got on Screw, I was on it.
It wasn't acquired taste because my cousin was rocking that. It's like, what is that? Because everything was on.
It was new.
Yeah, it's like, what is that? He goes, that's
because it was a Houston thing. It was a South Side Houston thing. It wasn't no world thing then. You know what I'm saying? It just spread it.
Yeah. What'd you think about? Because I saw it's been a whole minute ago, but they did a documentary on it. Did you ever see it?
On which one is that?
On DJ Screw and the whole thing. Did you ever see it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was okay. I thought it could have been.
He got a few of them though. It's a few of them.
Oh, is it? Then I haven't seen. I need to go back and check on it. I know the first one. I thought it could have been done better, but I think that whole thing was fascinating though.
Yeah.
Just the story alone.
Yeah,
and
that was something special.
Man, that was. And it won't never happen again.
No.
It won't never happen again. How about Waco Kane? That right there was just, it was, I don't know if it's trademark or what. It's just, as soon as I say hustlery or I say something about hustlery, everybody goes, Waco Kane,
Yeah.
and they
that's
became a
it.
brand.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Where you just, I mean, how did that? Just the whole name of it.
Like, cause of course from Waco, then the Kane, just that what we was into at that time.
That's it.
You know what I'm
Hard. I
saying?
mean, back in those days, it was everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere,
It was everywhere.
and every restroom at every club it was there.
Everywhere.
I mean, I used to be. I mean, that wasn't my thing, but I was I was a working musician,
Yeah.
and of course that's just offered to you right there, and then it was heavy. But
Yeah. We lost a lot of people.
you ain't kidding.
We lost a lot of people
You
behind
ain't
that.
kidding.
You know.
So the album was the album revolved around Waco Kane,
Yeah.
or
like,
did you have a storyline in your head? Because you're
Yeah.
a storyteller for sure.
yeah. I had
Your
dropped the
titles?
movie. I dropped the movie,
Yes.
and I dropped the album with the movie.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about
Yeah.
the movie. So that was simultaneous, or
Yeah.
was the album first?
I dropped both of them. I had some with the movie and the CD in the same package, and I had some just the movie and just
That
the
is
CD.
genius, brother. How did
Yeah.
you come up with that? Because that's
Man,
ridiculous.
Just really watching Master P.
That's just crazy.
We
I
watching
love
Master
it.
P when he dropped Bout It. I'm like, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So I learned. I was watching how they put a video together on MTV. This like '98. I'm watching how they put videos together in boxes.
Right.
So I said, okay, I could put a scene in every box. So I just did it and got with my partner named Freddie, and he shot it for me, and I had the storyline, and we really like almost freestyled it.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Hmm
Yeah. So a lot of us freestyle.
I
Okay.
would tell them what to say, and I tell them to say it in their way.
Gotcha.
Say it in your own way. You know what I'm saying?
Where was it shot at? Where about?
All Waco, different spots in Waco.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
I would love to see it, but I don't know where to see it. Where can we see it at?
Man, that movie we done had it on platforms before, but I was about to really drop it over on like Tubi or on YouTube. I was
Man,
gonna re-drop it.
anyway, I would just love to see it just for the fact that you did it, and not to mention it's here in Waco, and I just
Yeah.
but that the
That's a classic. It's a classic. Not just in Waco. I was like that's why I was trying to tell these artists now. You know what I'm saying? I was so caught up in the streets. I had a lot of opportunities
yes.
with that movie. You know what I'm
Gotcha,
saying? I was getting
yes.
called to do other roles in movies.
Wow, brother.
And I was like, how much you paying? If you ain't paying what I'm making, I ain't going. My mind was just on just money. You know what I'm
Did
saying?
you ever have a manager?
Never.
I
You know what
love
I'm
it.
saying?
I love it.
Never.
Why pay somebody to do something you can do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm managing and the record label and the artist.
But here's the deal, though. You've been there. You've had, of course, the experience because you said you've never had a manager, but you've been in the game so much. You've seen the game change so many times in music,
Yeah.
and not just like, oh, you remember this past 10 years? No, yeah, music changes drastically in 10 years.
Yeah. I come from
But,
8
but,
tracks.
but in the middle of those 10 years, there's waves where shit's hitting, shit ain't hitting,
Yeah.
and you get and the hustle's always different
That's what
all the time.
That's what kind of caught me by storm when it went from hard copies to digital.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of
Yes.
like
MP3s now.
yeah, and that kind of like
That-
it threw me for a loop because I really didn't trust the people to send my money to advertise and marketing because I was used to advertising and marketing through myself, either paying the radio or paying BET commercials.
Right.
But now you got platforms, you got all kind of stuff you got to spend your money on
I
now.
know it. And the whole thing is like if selling or whatever music down, that's almost irrelevant now.
Yeah.
You know, there's no more selling CDs in the back of your trunk, no more.
That hurt. That hurt a lot of us, like us
Bro.
throwback rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because we was used to getting
Yes.
money right then. You can make
It's right there.
you can make
cash in hand.
$10,000 a week just by your distributor, and you coming out your trunk. You going to stores and they buying them up front.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now it's like you can get 1,000 plays. You might get about a good old penny, maybe. I don't know.
And it's about a penny.
Yeah.
But see, what you want is downloads.
Yes.
Download, you still get your $5.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've never really downloaded stuff or anything because I have Spotify.
Yeah.
That's
But your
another-
real fans, they'll download you. Like you
I
might have a
see.
small amount of YouTube hits or a small amount of Spotify, but if they downloading it, you making more money than people that doing millions of streams. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's about the downloading and having real fans.
What is it that you're always, as far as marketing, ahead of the game? Is that something that you just like doing, marketing? Is that something you think about all the time?
I mean, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned. I was from Waco. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't too many Waco artists, no small town artists anyway, doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for me to even like compete, I had to like get features. You know what I'm saying? I never
Yes.
got it in just for the rapping. I got it for the business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
I got features. Me and my partners would do poster runs from like San Antonio to Oklahoma, and we felt like we got I-35. You know, we gonna eat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, and for some reason, you know, and I played music for, you know, whatever. Talk to people about I-35 all the time because we're right here in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You got Austin, San Antonio. You got Houston that way.
Dallas.
And you got Dallas and Fort Worth right there.
Yeah.
For some reason, well, now we're starting to hit, but for some reason, for Homeland, especially in the 90s, it was hard to get people to stop here. I don't know what it was. I don't know.
Waco a spot though. Waco not no, you can't come around Waco playing really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
I know some big artists that used to come visit Waco got ran up out of Waco.
So what was the deal with that?
Waco just gangster back then. You know,
that's what I was gonna say. They
you
just
know,
gangster like
in
that.
'90s like that. We was on.
Represent.
You couldn't like I would even when I was in the military. I meet people from New York, Chicago, but I felt like Waco was harder than all that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't know how big the cities were, but it was just my mentality. Like you couldn't tell us, and it's like that in prison. You can't tell Waco guys too much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call us crazy. That's why they call us. Yeah, Waco is something special.
They used to call there was a name like they'd say like Waco and crazy, but it was like
we ain't coming out, weed and crack on.
Dude, it was like that. It was like that.
The compound.
Whenever I was in high school, you know, I mean, 1,000 years ago, but if you were from Waco and come to Marlin, especially at a party when people been drinking, and you show out just a little bit, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad, and I don't know why it was like that. Like
because in the old days, like a lot of Waco, you know, like load up and go to them towns and rob. You know, rob dice games, and people don't forget that. You know, Waco's like bullies in Central Texas. You know what I'm saying? We'll go somewhere and it's just like this. It's in our water or something.
How many albums have you got right now? Is it close to 10? It's got to be, brother.
10. I got way more than that.
Wow.
I probably got about 100 projects.
Wow, brother.
I got stuff people don't even know I put out because I did business. You know, I could be putting it out, but I'm from a small town, so I might get some guys from Houston, Dallas on there and make it like Houston, Dallas, and Waco.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
man, oh man,
you gotta.
Dude, I find that fascinating because I mean, and so you labeled yourself Hustlery.
Yeah.
At the get go, right or no?
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I wasn't no rapper at first. I was just looking at my partners rapping, and I hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know where really the name come from.
Because it's just a perfect representation of what you accomplished. I mean, really, and, you know, and the people, I respected the name Hustlery a long time ago, and just for the fact that what little bit I've known about you, and the more I talk to you, I get more fascinated. Like, I can't believe this guy right here sitting in front of me who's done all that right here from the Co. Always represented the Co. You think of Hustlery, you think of the Co. Yeah. That's the guy that you know, that's the guy that we've known about forever. Yeah. That's crazy. How about the thing of having Waco Kane 2 and you know, like
I'm up to Waco Kane 9 now.
So are they maybe? Of course, some of them got to be, you know, just ideas, but are some also stories of just.
I mean, all of them is like what I lived, what my partners lived, or just really just being in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell a story so gruesome that nobody don't want to even go in the street.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you the truth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what another thing that I like about you. Just you get what you get, you know. Yeah. And I've even been told by a friend of ours, Pookie's, that you know he's real. He's real as you can get, and that's another thing why I think you're so successful. You get respect because you're real. You know.
Real is the truth.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about who you done shot, who you done did. Real just the truth.
Okay, how about all that bullshit? People just act, you know, and you see them. You might even see somebody every day. They're acting G, but you know they ain't G.
I mean, that's a new fad. You know what I'm saying? Back in my era, you'd have got checked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But right now, it's like it's a facade. Everything is perception. You know what I'm
It's all
saying?
it's all whatever.
Everybody got a gun. You know, it's just this right here going on right now. You know, for the young generation. You know what I'm saying? It's raw for them because you know they trying to be like somebody else.
It is. It's all whatever persona you can put on Instagram. You
That's
know.
it. Instagram.
Yeah, and how about guys like not his political thing or his story, but like the way he looks, like Tekashi 6ix9ine, where it's just like really wild, the whole look, as opposed to you being an old schooler. How about when you see somebody? Because I do think he's got skills like a motherfucker.
But you know when you come out looking like that and you playing gangster, you gonna fold in a minute.
And he got checked hard.
Yeah, you know that's like what I'm saying. It's a facade.
It is.
I mean, I'm gonna say everything. I'm gonna be the hardest until I get caught. Then when you get caught, what you gonna do?
What would you tell the new rappers right now about that? Just be real.
I say just be yourself. Everybody ain't no gangsters. You know what I'm saying?
That's the deal.
The murder rate ain't high enough for everybody to be no gangster.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's high, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying if you go back to the 90s, the murder rate was way higher than it is right now. You just can see it right now.
Yes.
Because they got the internets and they showing you this, but this ain't nothing new under the sun. And like these dudes, like I'm seeing dudes just with all these fancy guns, you know what I'm saying? They on the internet and they don't care about the police. They don't until they go to that jailhouse.
I know it.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as they get down there, you gonna know who they is.
Then it gets really real.
They get real.
You know what I'm saying? Who you listening to right now? Anybody at all? Because I really don't listen to nobody myself at all.
I'm really bumping that Larry June. I'm bumping really like player music right now. I don't want to hear too much shoot 'em up, bang bang, and none of that. I'm just on some kickback music right now, man. I ain't really.
You know what I listened to last night? And this is how old school.
What was that?
I always go back to I was working out, the Chronic.
The Chronic, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
That's classic though.
That's just what I'm saying. It's just old school stuff. Because I just like same thing when I watch TV shows. I watch the damn King of Queens all the time. My wife goes, "Why you watching that all the time?" I already know what I like.
Yeah.
Is that so? But you're the opposite. Are you still looking to see what's out there or what?
I mean, I pretty much follow everything that come out. You know what I'm saying? I got all the little platforms when new music drop. I be trying to find out who's gonna be the hardest or who's gonna be the next one come out.
Because you're an entrepreneur, but you do have a record label, and you said you're and probably in the market for a Mexican rapper out there.
Yeah, I'm looking for Spanish artists. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing my son. I got a lot of stuff for him right now. He got some features with OMB Peasy, Quinn FN. We got some features. We're gonna start pushing a lot of stuff these next couple of months. You know what I'm saying? We got a marketing program now. We can get on these platforms like.
What is this marketing program?
Like you gotta hit the platforms, man. You gotta get you got the This Is 50s, you got the all hip hop, you got Traps and Trunks. It's just, I mean, if you really want to get out there, you gotta really. It's a new game, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta play the digital game.
I agree, bro.
See, a lot of artists they get on Facebook, and as far as they going with it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You got thousands of platforms, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you can be hitting all these different platforms and having money coming in all over the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that's what I'm trying to get to the Waco artists. You gotta spend your money. You know what I'm saying?
It is. I agree with. And here's the deal, especially the ones out there that are independent.
Yeah, you gotta spend your money.
You ain't got a record deal, so that's even better because now you're not tied. Now you're not tied down. But of course, you got to do everything yourself. But if you love it like you say you love it, if you really live
you're gonna do it,
then you're gonna do it.
But you got some artists they rapping. You gonna know if they really love it because they probably could have did a video or some marketing program, but they might run to the mall and buy some shoes.
Yep.
Just to take a picture on Instagram.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? They could have invested their money into their marketing.
I've had some in here before that I know they didn't love it. You know how I know they didn't love it? Because they come here in the studio and didn't have the shit together. And it's fine with me because I charge by the hour.
Come on now.
But it's like I see that. It's like, back in my day, I didn't have a lot of money. So at studio time, I was practicing at the house like a son of a bitch. Because I don't want to pay that extra money.
Everybody freestyling now.
Yeah.
Everybody freestyle king now, man.
You still perform?
I ain't performed in a while, man. I've really been I've been fighting the case these last 4 years.
Okay.
And I just beat it.
Well,
You know.
badass, brother.
Yeah, I had to fight it for 4 years.
Wow, well, congrats on that, dude,
Yeah.
for sure.
hmm
You see it in the future?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna drop an album probably starting this like October. I'm gonna drop an album every month, just to keep it
What?
coming in every month.
That is ridiculous.
While I was going through my situation, I just kept recording. I ain't stopped recording. I just kept
Wow,
recording,
brother.
kept recording.
That is really impressive.
Yeah.
But here's the deal, though, man. People like that are watching, this is somebody you really can learn from. I mean, even if they do half of what you do, that's a lot.
Yeah, they got a lot of things in their face right now where they can really get some money out here. You know, you could drop ship, you can Shopify. You know, you had your merch going. You know,
Yes,
see, it wasn't like that when we was coming up. You know what I'm saying? We had to go hand to hand.
I know it.
This young generation, they want. I just tell them to take advantage of it because you really can get some money, man. If you spend your money on marketing and promotion and start blowing your paper on just whatever you see people wearing on Instagram or you got to be yourself and just get you some money, man.
Dude, I thank you for any shout outs real quick.
I'm shouting out Waco, man. You know what I'm saying? It's PSV 69th Street between the Dewey Park and the Greenstone. And I'm shouting out, everybody that always supported me in this music. I'm shouting out to all the Waco neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Every neighborhood in Waco. And,
You still work with T Token?
that's my partner. We work all the time, you know what I'm saying? T Token's smart. He's smart, you know what I'm saying?
That's another one I want to get in here too.
Oh, you got to.
Man, I know he's been in the game with you for, man, was it
He
day
was with
one?
me when he was young. You know, when I fell in, my partner had seen him selling CDs in front of floors, and when he brought me the CD, it was hard. You know what I'm saying? Then Quiet as Con, he brought him to me too, and once I heard him, you know what I'm saying, and the way he accepted the game, like he was like it went all about rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he
Yeah.
learned a lot of the business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
You learned it the hard way.
yeah,
And you learned it the right way by guessing it, because that's how we did it.
yeah.
I mean, there was no YouTube to tell us
Nah.
how to talk to booking agents. There's no shit like that.
Nah,
it
you
was
had to
what
be
it is.
hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure.
Right now it's a facade. You know what I'm saying? We had to go walk up in people's neighborhoods. We had to be walking through, meeting people, partners. I had partners in Fifth Ward. I had partners in San Antonio, Austin, Oklahoma. We in the neighborhood though. Like you don't see these dudes traveling like that no more.
I know it, dude. I put it this way. I mean, I do it now because I'm older now. I play Waco only unless it's a good paying money gig.
Yeah.
I still get paid here in town. But put it that way. You don't get me out the door for free.
Mm-mm.
But I couldn't wait to get the hell out of town.
Yeah, man. I love it.
I mean, the farther,
you
the,
taking
farther
people-
the better.
I'm taking people that ain't never went nowhere. We load up in a truck. They from the neighborhood, and we gone.
Yes,
We advertising.
you gotta love that.
I loved it.
I mean, the highway and dude, that's where we learned the game like that.
And I want to tell the young rappers, just because you ain't got no CDs, man, you still can travel with your flyers and sell your T-shirts, sell you some merch, sell you some hats, cigarette lighters, whatever. Get some merchandise and just brand.
Dude, I've seen people make CDs off their damn phone. You can do that too.
Yeah.
You ain't got no money, and I know your ass got a phone. You can at least do that.
You can record on your phone these days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can you can do all that stuff. But dude, I don't want to take up a lot of your time because I know you're a busy man. But let me tell you, it really was an honor to have Hustlery right here, brother. I've been a fan for a whole minute, and I love the game, and I learned a lot today. And we talked about working together here in the near future, and I look forward to learning from you because I'm going to pick your brain.
Yeah.
But I'm an OG too. I've been playing music for a long time too, and I love learning.
Yeah.
I love learning. Thank you for doing this, brother.
Really?
I appreciate that.
All right.
September the 4th, I'm having my first fight night here. I might have to have you there. You like watching fights, brother?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, with that night, September 4th, I'm having, of course, Waco's own Jaime Lerma. Remember, he fought for the national team back with Sugar Shane Mosley and De La Hoya and all that stuff. He's going to be here. Vernon Big E Lewis is going to be here, and we're going to watch the Ortiz-Luis fight, watching two heavyweights beat the hell out of each other while we eat pizza, drink beer, and podcast it. That's going to be September 4th. Next week, I'm having, I can't think, Britt Kerr and my boy D-Rail, Daryl Ray here, singer-songwriters here out of the Co. I love D-Rail, one of my brothers, and Britt Kerr. I've never met him, but I can't wait to meet him. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.